my friends get their groove on. All eyes on me when I'm walking. The fairy tale I'm glowing.
When artificial intelligence is revolutionizing the customer experience, our ways of working, and networks. When cybersecurity taps into networks in the age of AI to predict threats faster. When the home is enhanced with new connected services that simplify daily life. When companies explore the best technologies to boost their creativity and efficiency. When networks adapt to any situation and evolve into open, automated service platforms. When these same networks are becoming the new playground for developers. When the customer relationship is instant and personalized. When nearly 700 researchers work daily to serve future customer needs. When the worlds of tech and telco come together to go further. When innovation becomes continuous, iterative, and faster to deploy. When experts, companies, startups, and partners imagine together responsible future. When innovation opens up to the greatest number. Orange OpenTech 2024. Orange is here.
Hello everyone. Please, we are really pleased to welcome you for this grand final for our Orange Network APIs Hackathon. So you will have the great opportunity to see the 3 finalists of our latest Orange Network API Hackathon. I will say that a lot today. Hello Tilia, welcome with us. We are really pleased to welcome you, of course, and we will be, we need to give you some figures about this hackathon. So we had 128 subscriptions for our hackathon. We selected 48 people, regrouped into 12 teams, and now we already selected 3 of them, the best one, huh? You agree with that? Finally, we will close the loop for the whole Orange OpenTech because on Tuesday, Bruno and Vivek Badrinath started the conference with the Orange Network APIs, speaking about the Open Gateway Initiative and so on. And now we are ending with this hackathon. Finally, you will have better understanding about what network APIs are with concrete examples. For those who have no clue about network APIs, don't worry. You will quick start with this session because these guys here really well know what to do with them. Maybe, Otilia, you can just say a few words about the project and how we came to organize this kind of hackathon.
Thank you so much, John, and thanks everyone that's here today for this special day for us, the Developer Day at OpenTech. We are very excited to have you with us here today. It has been a very intense week for us, but with lots of feedback, so we are lucky to have you here and to have you experimenting with the network APIs. As you know, through Orange Developer, there is a strong background on APIs at Orange. And now, with the Network APIs ambition, we are trying to do more to make connectivity differentiated, simple, easy to give much more ease of access to new functionalities at scale. So, in this new context, we want to make things much easier. So we'll see today during the pitches if it was easier or harder. But definitely we want to give you the keys to propose new services, to unlock new challenges, to simplify, to be more cost efficient, depending on your use case. So I hope you enjoyed working with the Orange Sandbox and with the team. And now I thanks also to the jury that followed you these past weeks. And we are really excited to do this here today. And I hope that next year we'll see some of you on the other side on the demos with launched products.
As we've seen demos at the API Playground this year, and
Exactly.
we have to remind you that demos has been the winner of our latest Network as Code, because it was with Nokia at that time, a hackathon that we ran on the latest Vivatech. So we hope that that next time we will see you on our events. Maybe we should start before we introduce the speakers. We will start by introducing our jury. Are you there, jury? I cannot see you on the screen. Okay, so let me introduce the jury. They had the hard task to select the 3 teams out of the 12 who have already pitched 2 weeks ago. Based on different criteria, we selected the most innovative project, the most creative project, the best pitches, so that you will have a good quality of pitch today, and of course the capability to go to the market together with the new APIs. So let me introduce the jury. Rob Kurver, I will start with you because you are our guest from the funding partner of the CPaaS Acceleration Alliance. Thanks a lot, Rob, for being there with us. Maybe you want to no, you will introduce Alexandru. It will be good like that. I will introduce also Thomas Chappe, who is the software expertise advisor for the Orange Group, and he had deep insights about about this project and the technology behind that. And maybe you can introduce Alexandru because he's
Thank you, Rob and Thomas, for being here with us today and having supported this initiative. Special thanks also to Alexandru within the team. So Alexandru is leading product and business development on Network as a Service and has helped us tremendously to bootstrap on the business side. So thank you for the focus and trying to find the best use cases and to support developers interested on the network APIs to reach this stage today.
Should we start?
Let's go.
Let's go. So I will just remind the rules. So the teams will have 3 minutes to pitch and 2 minutes for the question and answers. Of course, Otilia, if you have questions, remarks, anything that you would like to add, you will have a few times. So I will call Guillaume Bichot from Broadpeak for the first session, and you will have the tickets here, Guillaume.
Hi, my name is Guillaume from Broadpeak. And today I'm going to talk about how to use the QD Network API for video streaming. Okay, let's go. The challenge is the following. You all know that when we do video streaming, we can suffer, a CDN or a video delivery can suffer from overloading, due to poor coverage, and especially true for mobile network, poor coverage, but also interference, right? So we have developed a bandwidth control strategy that is based on the quality on-demand network API. So let's have a look on the workflow. Step 1, you have the player that requests the video segments, one after another one. Along with each request, it joins a status of its video buffer. So what is a video buffer? Video buffer is used to compensate the jitter, the network jitter. And it contains roughly 10 seconds of video. Right? So the video server gets this indication, so the request, it sees and it checks the video buffer, it checks how much video remains in that buffer. If it goes below a certain level, a certain threshold, then it decides it's time to call the QoD network API, otherwise we are going to get probably a video freeze. It gets step 3. Step 4 and 5, the bandwidth boost is activated by the Orange network, right? So what we can have as a strategy, we have several strategies based on this basic algorithm, this basic workflow. One is to force the player in question. We force him for the subsequent request, for the over request, not to request a quality above a certain level, because we want to avoid storms. We want to avoid bandwidth on-demand storm, that could impose and that could generate a big and a general overload. That's why we have this strategy. And we not only send this, forcing this lower bitrate for this player, but also for the neighbor's player to avoid and to preclude this bandwidth boost storm. Let's have an example with a demo now. So what you can see here on the left side, you have a video player, and on the right, that is not controlled by the bandwidth on demand API, and on the right side you have the one that is controlled. So you can see maybe roughly the video player contains roughly 10 seconds of video in both sides, and suddenly the network is going to struggle. Yeah. So a small pause that you can see that the bandwidth on demand has been, API has been called, and you will see that on the right side, we can continue. On the right side, you will see that the buffer fills in again, while on the left side, it completely drains out, which is going to generate freezes. That's it. Thank you.
Le beeper. Merci. Hello, maybe Guillaume, you can stay with us. Oh, sorry, I have two mics, so you can keep the mic. Stay with us. Maybe we have two questions from our judge.
I can just start. Thanks for the pitch. So I'm going to make it very easy. It's not a question, it's just a comment. I think quality on demand is probably the most trickiest of the ones that we advertised on the platform. So thank you for using it. And I think the use case is quite interesting. So again, I'm making it very easy. I don't have a comment, but we would like to explore this opportunity with Broadpeak.
You're welcome. Thanks. Yeah.
So that maybe I'll add a question. I'm curious about the business model. How do you think you can monetize this, and who's going to pay for it?
Yeah. So I had a slide on the business model. So one first business model is a company like Broadpeak that could deploy its own CDN with its own caches connected to the mobile network of Orange, and or a customer of Broadpeak connecting its caches, its cache instance to the mobile and operating the Broadpeak technology. That's one business model. The other one would be Orange itself, that would open its own CDN for the rest of the world, for a third party's application. And this CDN would operate the Broadpeak technology. That's two business models, basically.
Sounds good. I like the idea that Orange would use their own network APIs as well. I think that's really powerful. Mm-hmm.
I think he got the idea this morning during the telco to techco.
Dog fooding for Orange.
My Domos. Okay. Otila, do you have any question?
For us, as Alexandru mentioned, it's a use case that we are willing to explore until commercial reach to see how this takes. In your opinion, from similar trials, do you see this taking to a commercial grade product? Because this is something, the idea of QoD on video streaming is something we have been looking around for a while, and I'd like to know that to complete on that question on the business model from Rob, how strong is the interest that you see this for a commercial grade approach?
I mean, everything that can, enhance the quality of streaming is good. Is good to deploy. This technology is very interesting, but you have to be careful. You have to have a strategy, and not only basically using the API alone. Like I tried to show, just alone may be dangerous. Because if you ask a bandwidth boost, you cannot ask bandwidth boost for all players that run into problems, right? So you need to have a strategy. That's why I tried to show here, and taking into account this strategy, yes, I think it's. The API there. The question mark, however, there is another one that is the latency. So it's very important that the API be reactive. So as soon as I call it, I need less than a second for activating the bandwidth boost I'm requesting. So that's very important. That's maybe the key of, technology speaking, the key of this API.
Okay, thank you, Guillaume. So we will have to move to the next pitch. Thank you. Please. And the next pitch will be somehow a bit challenging because Johnny Shin from Petnow will, are you with us? Will pitch from the South Korea. Hello, Johnny. Are you ready to start?
It must be very early in Korea, or very late, depending on.
Really late.
Oh, it's actually almost midnight here. So.
Okay, the floor is yours, Johnny, for 3 minutes.
Okay. I'm gonna start now. Hello, I'm Johnny Shin, the Business Development Manager at Petnow, the pet tech startup in South Korea. Today, I'm proudly introducing the Filalapat 2.0. Meet Filalapat, a pet lost and found app run by Ingenium Animalis, the folks behind France's National Pet Registry system. But they're facing some challenges with maintenance, limitations in user location tracking, and public's dependence on microchips. That's where Petnow and Orange comes in. With Petnow's AI magic and Orange's network power, we're giving Filalapat a major makeover. This new Filalapat app utilizes 3 APIs, especially for missing pet alerts: number verification, device location retrieval, and geofencing. So let's start from the app onboarding. New users can easily sign up by OAuth 2 login, then get a consent for API use from the users, and authenticate by number verification API. Now you're ready. The user can set up a pet profile by filling basic information of their pet and biometric scan, which is a signature technology powered by Petnow. So why use the API here? To allow a quicker verification process for better data integrity and enhanced security. So moving on to reporting lost pets. Oh no, Maya's missing. With a single click and adding details, reporting a lost pet is a breeze. Then we use device location retrieval API to check our user's location, and we filter out users within 3-kilometer radius of where it got lost. This allows us to send real-time missing pet alerts to a lot of people without a fuss. We're not finished sending alerts. We then set up the geofence around the same 3-kilometer radius and send the exact alert again to whoever comes into the designated region. So why use location retrieval and geofencing API? For privacy protection, notifications based on accurate location, and engaging the community to find lost pets. Now, what if somebody found Maya? This person can either take photos and Petnow's AI automatically extract physical data like breed, color, and size. Then we show top matches. Or they can verify the pet directly by scanning nose prints, which works like humans' fingerprints. If it matches, contact the owner by in-app messages. Look, Maya's in good hand. Oh, what a happy ending. So as you can see, with Petnow's cutting-edge AI technology and real-time missing pet alerts by Orange Network APIs, Filalapat 2.0 will be the go-to lost pet recovery app in France. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Johnny. Well done. Okay, we will turn to our fellow jury. One question from Thomas.
Hello. I wonder why you need the geofencing. In fact, you use the API, okay, but why don't you use GPS or I don't know?
Correct. I think it's a good question. So the reason why we're trying to use Network API is that not a lot of people allow their GPS settings always allow. So it really hinders to send real-time alerts, especially when people do not set up their settings right. But with the geofencing and location retrieval, we can send real-time alerts much easier than setting up a GPS setting on their phones.
Well, okay, thank you. And but you still have, as I saw on the video, you still have a consent, an opt-in option when the people accept to get the notifications.
Correct. So our next step would be using SMS actually. We are also planning to use both push notifications and Orange SMS system to send missing pet alerts in both ways.
Rob?
Can you say a little bit about the total market that you see? How many pets are there that you want to start tracking or supporting like this? What's the business potential?
So, so this app is going to be much more of a public kind of app because it's affiliated with ECAT, the French National Pet Registry System. So the first market would be the whole French pet users, and then we're going to leverage the user base of ECAT with the help of Ingenium Animalis, which consists of few million dogs and cats in France alone. And then we would love to expand it in Spain also.
One last question?
Yeah, one last question.
A short one, please.
Yeah, no problem. I just wanted to know, so Petnow, coming back to Petnow, how many countries are already, let's say, in production where the application can be installed and used without necessarily the APIs?
Of course. So we are already released in 19 different countries, including 13 European countries, so including France, Germany, and Spain, and other French-speaking countries, German-speaking countries, North America, and to recently, Japan. So the app is free of charge, and you can use it right away.
Thank you for the question. Interesting to see that Network APIs can be applied at any time in the customer journey, finally, at the onboarding time and during the live process. Question, comments?
Thank you so much. I think it's a nice use case that tackles one of the problems that we don't spare enough attention normally. So it allows to have a simple solution and a community-based one. So thank you so much for that. Maybe just final one, because you mentioned you are live in France. What were the first learnings for you upon the first launch in Europe in this type of use case? What was the most what was the challenge, and what was I would say the first successful path on such a journey?
Of course. So we started our European business in Spain and France first, and both of the countries were heavily based on microchip pet databases. So so our angle was to be the complementary method of microchips. And thankfully, ECAD and Ingenium Animalis was very open arms to the new technology, and they are always looking for the next gen method of pet registration. And I think the fit between us and Ingenium Animalis is always fantastic. Is already fantastic. So their eagerness to kind of to take the innovation to their system is already one of the biggest solutions that I can get in France. So
thank you, Johnny. I think we spent more than 2 minutes for the Q&A session.
Thank you.
But nevertheless, thank you. Have a good restful night, and see you maybe a little bit later with the guys from Filalapat. Okay, thank you. And now I will welcome on stage our third team. So Bruno, Calvet from Certificall will join us. Okay, all set.
Hello. So hello, I'm Bruno from Certificall. I'm here with Nicolas Chabotti, and we are a startup from Toulouse. We specialize in the sector of construction, energy renovation, and insurance. We do digital proofing. We provide to our clients certificates of digital data, certified digital data. At the moment, our main issues is around the falsification of geolocation data. And we want to be able to provide 100% reliable certificates for our clients' data. With Orange API, it's now a possibility that we have, because GPS data can be falsified. Those provided by Orange are not. We want to leverage also the identity verification to ensure the user is the proper one, is the proper owner of the phone number. So our use case that we've developed for the demo I will show afterwards is a delegate who wants a renovation site to be inspected. He will create a file with different information, a phone number, an address, and a file reference that he will send to an operator. This operator will receive the secure link that he will open in our app. First, we will verify his phone number. Then we'll start a geofencing session and we'll receive notification. If he's on site, we'll allow the use of the application. If he's not, the usage will be blocked. Then upon completing different steps in our application, we'll verify the GPS data provided by the phone and cross-reference it with the one from Orange. And if these data are good, then we'll generate the certificate. And now I will show you a quick demo. Here you can see the delegate will put his file reference, the phone number, which is a test phone number from Orange, and an address. He will generate a secure link, then will be used ideally in a mobile application, but for the sake of the test, it will be used in a web application. On the right, you will see the different notification, the different event from Orange. Here you see the start of the geofencing session, and you see on the left that the operator is not yet on site and cannot use the app. Here you see he's arrived on site, he's received the notification from Orange. He can now use the application normally, take a photo, for instance. When he will validate his photo, after putting a very short comment, you will see that we retrieve the geolocation from Orange. When he validates this file, then we put this data, we timestamp with data with our certified partner and put that in our certificate that we then give at disposal of our clients. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruno. Well done. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. Stay with us for the Q&A session, please.
Of course.
I was just curious, so yeah, thanks again for the pitch. I'm just curious, in densely populated areas, like in urban areas, is the precision that we provide, like the cell ID, is that enough, do you think? Or should we maybe like improve it?
For now, for the test, the geofencing precision was of 2 kilometers because there is only one 5G antenna. But with triangulation, I expect it will be precise enough for us to cross-reference with the geolocation data we retrieve from the phone. What we want to do is to ensure that there is no fraud going on at the moment. So we'll see how precise you manage to have your API to be. But I think we discussed with Ludovic, he was talking about 500 meters, 200 meters, which is already quite good because with a bad reception of a cell phone, you are about the same accuracy. So if it's in, like in the documentation, you see the overlaying circles of which is the GPS verification, if I remember correctly. If the overlays of the circles are correct, it will be precise enough for us. What we want to do is to put more value in what we give to our users.
I'm curious, as you were developing this, how easy was it to find, let's say, all the possibilities that the various network APIs have to offer and test that in the market?
We had to refrain ourselves, to be honest, because we also thought about using quality on demand. We didn't, in our POC, use the phone number verification because we didn't have time. The quality on demand for us can be very useful because there are some operators that go underground or in some remote places, and to be able to ensure to have a better quality because they send photos, they can send videos, etc. So it's big data, it's huge chunk of data. Having this kind of IPS at hand is very, very good for us and a very big value to give to our customers. And it was really easy to use because the document was really good.
Thank you.
Maybe then one from my side. Thank you so much. You mentioned at the beginning there is a rate of forgery on the GPS location. Can you share with us what is today your your tested rate that to which this use case could limit the impact?
At the moment, particularly on energy renovation, there have been, I think, around 4 or 3 big companies which have been condemned. Among them is Dalkia, which is quite a big company in France, an energy heat producer in France. It's thankfully none of those companies are in our clients, so we are quite happy with it. But for us, it's a big value because at the moment, certification of data, geolocation, and timestamping of photographs and videos are more and more asked by insurance company, by the government, by construction company, and all their environments. For us, something like that is a big value to add to our offer, and will be really a game changer for us.
Good to know. We'll try to work on that together. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. And now it's time for the jury to deliberate, to select who will win this hackathon, who will be second, who will be third. You have about 2 minutes because we just 3 minutes. Okay, that's fine. Maybe Ottilia, you can explain what we will do with these teams. What we will do with these teams? What will they win? What will be the next step? Bruno asked me that as we had lunch.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having spent and tried to attention and try to use the network APIs at Orange. Our ambition is not to promote APIs to promote APIs. So we're interested to have your feedback on how this can solve field problems. And as we've seen with Certificall, with Petnow, and Broadpeak, it corresponds to real life problems, and in which from the Orange side and more broadly from the telco ecosystem, we can have a positive impact in improving quality, safety for the customers, for our pets, for our loved ones, and properties. So it's really interesting. And for us, in terms of support, so after this hackathon, of course, what we would like is to fine-tune with each one of you, try to support you in bringing this use case live, better understand. So we surface some of the questions on what is the problem we are answering to, what's the ratio for that, and what's the performance we can aim at in terms of reducing fraud or viability of the business model, of course, as well. So our key focus, I would say, is to try to support each one of you in trying to make this commercial grade solution on the market.
The jury, have you decided? Yes, okay, so I will call on stage Thomas Chappe for the third prize. Should have. Tu peux, tiens, je te donne le micro, voilà. You should be standing here, otherwise we won't see you on the streaming.
Yeah, with the big 0. I have no time to speak, so sorry, I won't speak. Yeah, so the third prize will go to the streaming. I don't remember the name of the company, in fact. Broadpeak. Yeah. The streaming solution.
And Guillaume, for you that,
Thank you.
and for your team.
And congratulations, and maybe you have a word.
Well, thank you very much, and hopefully we could, going a step further and try to, deploy this, at least to experiment the promises of this API. Thanks.
Looking forward to that.
Guillaume.
Thank you.
You can, Guillaume, you can rest on stage with us just for the photos. And now for the second prize, we will call Rob. Rob, come on stage. Thank you. Thank you, Rob. Oh, I will be.
Thank you. Sure.
We'll look bigger.
I'll do it like this. I'll do it like this.
Okay.
So it was really hard because I think all of the pitches were really good. We really enjoyed the breadth of all the network APIs that were used, and the presentations, the pitches were really good. I'm a little bit disappointed because I woke up this morning at 5 o'clock to come from Amsterdam to Paris to give now, and now I was hoping to give the prize to somebody, but the guy's in Seoul. So the second prize goes to Maya. Is Maya in the room? Maybe we can give something to.
Yes, we will give the prize to Petnow, to Petnow, and sorry, to Filalapat. So they will tell us how all the Mayas in the world are doing.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Great job.
For you. And I will try not to break anything.
So what's in the bag, Johan? It's all French goodies plus a ticket to an event, right? And dog food. Want to say something?
Well, just to thank everyone on behalf of Petnow who isn't with us here. We're Filalapat, and we hope we will improve reuniting pet owners and their pets, because it's around 80,000 lost pets each year in France, so it's a big amount. And we hope it can be improved with Orange APIs and Petnow technology.
Thank you. Well done. And now for the winner, I know. Absolutely, what a suspense. We'll call on stage Alexandru to give the first prize. Yeah.
Thank you. First of all, I think I would like to actually congratulate all the teams during this hackathon. I think it was a great journey. Thank you also for the effort putting into developing these solutions and using all of our APIs. That's exactly what we want to kind of showcase, and we'll continue with more hackathons. At the same time, we also really appreciate your feedback. Thank you so much, Bruno, for feedback, and also everyone else for the feedback on the APIs. This helps us also to go in the open source community and improve these APIs so that they can be used even easier by developers like you. So yeah, there's no suspense. Bruno from Certificall, if you would like to join me on the stage. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Oh, sorry.
For you.
Congratulations, you are in it.
Congratulations. The mic is for them. The mic is for you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was really a lot of fun for us to work with these APIs. And we look forward to do much more now and do a production version of all this.
This is what we'll do, and this is what we expect.
We are ready for this.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all, and congratulations to all of you.
Thank you to the mentors as well during this process.
I think we should name the mentors.
Yes, and I think we should ask them to join us here. So, Jassem,
yes, we need to be really send a warm thank you to our mentors, Hassan, Jassem, and Ludovic, who supported these whole teams with all these the stuff they wanted to do with these APIs. They did a great job. Thank you. Welcome. It will be well. We will be quite a lot on the stage. I'd like to thank particularly Anna Dignac for her support on the organization of this hackathon, because she did a lot of work behind to invite everyone. We should also thank Be My App team. I know they are in the room, so thanks a lot for making it happen. And I would like to also to thank a lot Juliette Borda, our legal contact, because she asked so many very interesting questions about the organization of this event. Believe me, it was really, really fun. And now for the final picture, we would like to welcome on stage Bruno Zerbib.
And also big thanks to Johan for making this happen.
Thank you, Bruno. Thank you, Bruno, for being with us. Finally, we're closing the loop because you spoke about network APIs on Tuesday, and now we are ending this Orange OpenTech also with you and with network APIs, but with concrete examples of what we can do with them. Can you tell us a little bit what was the idea behind involving developers for the Orange OpenTech?
So I think we've heard on the first day, on the first keynote, there was Dali Kilani, who's the founder of FlexAI, and there was also Vivek Badrinath, who is the director of the GSMA. But what I really like, the clarity of what some of the developers told us to say, you guys, mean the telecommunication guys, we thought about you as a hostile environment for developers. And that's the reason why we walked away. Not because we didn't want to do anything with you, but too complicated. So we're not going to use your SMSs, we're not going to use your technology, we're going to do everything ourselves. And so I think the industry is coming together and say, okay, we don't want to be a hostile place for developers anymore. We want to be a very friendly place for developers, and we're going to change everything we have to change. We're not just going to work with developers, we're going to be the easiest industry to work with for developers. So essentially, the work and the reason why today is very, very interesting is it's not just about APIs. You can actually produce very complex APIs that are impossible to use. The obsession here is simplicity. Make sure that very quickly you tap into the power of intelligent connectivity, great infrastructure at scale, and as a developer, you benefit from that. And I think what is about to change is that, the fact that we are finally kind of recreating this relationship between developers and the telecommunication industry. And Orange really wants to be the flagship telco operator in the world to rebuild those relationships. And I think they will generate a new slew of incredible applications that will emerge over the next few years. When we'll be talking about innovation, about telecommunication, we'll be talking about a bunch of applications that we have not built, but I will tap into this incredible power or set of capabilities that we will expose through APIs. So that's the beginning of something I think that's going to be very exciting. And the challenge is on us telcos to prove to the developer communities that we understand them. I love the fact that we have standard-based like Camara, that's Linux Foundation. It's not the telco world. So essentially, the telecommunication industry has made some smart moves finally in order to really kickstart or reboot or recreate this kind of relationship. So I think it's going to be very important to the reinvention of our space. And I hope we're going to make a lot of money together, and we're going to create a lot of success together. And I'm very happy that as we are closing up OpenTech, we are really thinking about the developers. And they're going to play an essential role. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now we will just take a picture, and we will have free time afterwards. We'll have time to go and visit the API playground. Thank you.
Before we end, a final question for Bruno. Bruno, what is your favorite API and use case?
I hope that my answer will change every month. Okay. Right? So I think I want to make sure there's no ceiling in terms of API that we can create with camera. Obviously, I saw some of the those that were presented at the playground yesterday, and on the, I keep forgetting the name of the geolocation API, population API. This was one cool. Actually, I was very surprised that it was a camera, but it's a new camera one, right? It's like October.
2 months old.
So I'm going to tell you, the one that I think I want to see being used and overused and used all the time is going to be quality on demand. Because if we get this one to be used, that means people, I don't know, like if you're Fortnite, what have you, or you're doing some kind of super high definition team session, or you're on the go, you say, I need something special, or I'm using AI, I need something special, I want super low latency. So I really want those APIs to tap into the differentiated service quality that we can deliver. But that's just one. I think, cybersecurity is going to be very important. Everything that we can do with data, everything that we can do with geolocation as well in a world that's becoming less and less secure. And I think again, my number one expectation is that in a year and 2 years, we'll come up with tons of use cases that we can't even think about today. Thank you.
Thank you. We can go.
In my bag, really.